Hey, good morning and welcome to ShortSalePowerHour.com. I'm your host, Kevin Kaufman. It's Fred Weaver, the other host. We're Group 4610, Arizona's premier short sale team. And this guy in the middle, I don't even think he doesn't need an introduction anymore.
Brian Gubernick.
Regular, you're not even like a guest, you're just like a regular, reoccurring.
Yeah, I feel like a reoccurring guy. Every other month or so, you guys let me on.
You're
I
almost
appreciate
like a
that.
co-host.
It's a good thing you don't have any like REO account business from some of your major lenders out there.
You can never be on our show again.
You can never be on the show again.
That is true. That is true.
You'd call us and say like, "Hey, I can't be on your show anymore."
Yeah, I'll give up. Maybe I
Could you take down the 9 videos?
Why don't I give a fake name then today? I'll go by Trent Chapman. How about that?
Okay. All right, Trent. So you have
Trent.
a story that we're going to talk around bankruptcy attorneys today and how they like to, how they have the ability to anyway get involved and mess up a transaction.
No, bankruptcy attorneys, we all come across them, hear about them, maybe in a positive light, more oftentimes in a negative light. And let me just say this first. I'm sure there's some great bankruptcy attorneys out there. I'm sure.
Especially those of you that are watching that are bankruptcy attorneys.
Yeah.
You're phenomenal at what you do.
I'm sure there are great bankruptcy attorneys. I think the bankruptcy attorneys that we have a problem with, or maybe even just the attorneys for that matter that we have an issue with, are those that are providing advice on short sales or foreclosure, well, when they truly don't fully understand short sale and foreclosure.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely one of the challenges that we face as agents when we have to advise our clients. I hate having to undo somebody's bad advice, if you will. So, and I said this to a client yesterday. I said, the thing is, I actually have to tell you to go seek legal advice if there's something you don't feel good about, because I can't provide the legal advice to you. I said, the bad part is though that sometimes I have to then correct that advice or give you different information. Not that that person's wrong or bad, but they don't have experience in what we're talking about. And so unfortunately, I need to have you do it, and I don't want you to do it all at the same time.
Right, so I mean, I agree with you 100%. I mean, there are certainly a time, as realtors, and I know you guys say it in your classes, I say it all the time in my classes, we cannot give legal advice. Just
Correct.
As though we can't give taxes, just like we can't give tax advice. We are not attorneys, we are not accountants. Now, we've worked an awful lot of short sales. I feel comfortable speaking about certain matters.
Yes.
I even have an accounting background. I'm comfortable speaking about certain tax matters, but I'm not signing off on someone's taxes.
Yeah.
And I'm not defending them in court. So we do have to refer to those individuals.
You don't even file your own taxes, do you?
No, absolutely
Okay.
not.
No.
Because
Sorry.
I'm not a specialist in that area, though I may have a working knowledge.
Oh, so you file taxes, you just don't file your own.
Correct.
Okay, let's set the record straight.
Trent Chapman does file. Trent Chapman does file his
pay his
taxes.
taxes.
Wow, we're probably gonna get a cease and desist from Short Sale Genius now. Thanks.
But no, what I'm
Add
trying
that to my stack.
But that's the point of what we're talking about here, though. I don't do my taxes personally. I don't file them or
Because you're not an expert in
Because
that.
I'm not an expert.
Right.
Just as an attorney, maybe a specialist in a certain area, bankruptcy, let's say, but may not know everything else. A brain surgeon works on a brain.
I don't
He
want
may
them
be able
fixing
to-
my broken ankle.
Right, he may be able to give you advice on someone's heart because he has working knowledge and having gone to school and all that, but I sure as heck wouldn't let him operate on my heart.
One
right?
of my best friends is a surgeon, and I would hate for him to do anything but operate on me.
Well,
And I don't even really want him operating on me if you know him like I know. So,
So can you share
That's you
some
were-
overview? You
yeah.
dealt with this specific situation.
Well,
recently, in fact.
Yeah, a week or so ago, with my, sorry, I have this up so I could reference the email that was sent, but a week or so ago, we worked a short sale through with Wachovia. Good deal, put it all together. It was tough to get a contract, worked our butts off, protected our client, purchase money loan here in Arizona, knowing they don't have deficiency rights. We negotiated the heck out of the deal and made sure that Wachovia had no right to deficiency on the approval letters. It states, it
Is
expressly
this one of their
states.
pay option arm ones?
No, it's not a pay option arm.
Were they paying the homeowner? Were they giving the homeowner money to do this short
As a
sale?
matter of fact, they were.
Oh, okay.
That money, unfortunately for that homeowner, would have been allocated to the HOA, the past due HOA.
Got it.
Yes, they were.
But this particular attorney thought, you know what, Wachovia will allocate money to you, and then they're going to pursue you for a deficiency later.
Well, what this attorney actually
Jeez.
did, he took it even further than that.
Who's he? What's his name?
We're going to call this guy Murray. How about
Murray. I like that. That's
I like Murray.
So Murray says, not so much I'm concerned about the deficiency, or not so much I'm concerned about how it's going to impact your bankruptcy from a year and a half ago. What I'm concerned about is that I don't like short sales. And I believe that all short sales are bad, and it would be malpractice.
Murray sounds like an old dude.
Well, I don't know. The name Murray, is associated with older gentlemen. No offense to those named Murray, but
I meant up here.
well, he's clearly old school because
Were
everything
you
is
pointing
bad.
to your forehead or the top of your head? I couldn't tell the difference.
Whatever.
I can't even say that joke without laughing
You're gonna
because
be
it was
30 in a
so
couple
funny.
days. Shut up,
Thank
old
you.
man.
So everything apparently short sale related is bad. Is bad. Now,
Malpractice, though. He actually used the word, it would be malpractice for me to advise somebody to do a short sale.
yes, just strictly because
In a written email.
in a written email
Way to go,
it would be
Murray.
malpractice. So my response, of course, was
Murray, you're an idiot, just for the record.
my response to Murray, the bankruptcy attorney, who handled this client's bankruptcy about a year and a half ago, and who is labeled an attorney, therefore, our
They
client,
must know everything, yeah.
our client had a certain amount of respect or appreciated his opinion, maybe more so than mine, I guess, in this situation. I don't know. But he was the attorney. He presented himself as the know-all, be-all, and, she's listening to his advice. Bankruptcy attorney advising on short sale, a real estate matter, a tax matter, not necessarily a bankruptcy matter. So Murray says it's malpractice for him to advise her.
And what did you respond
Oh,
to?
my response was obviously malpractice. I would consider it malpractice for you, Murray, to actually give our client
Advice on short
real
sale.
estate,
Period.
legal advice with regard to real estate. I would call it malpractice for you to comment on the tax ramifications to a short sale when you are certainly not licensed to practice, tax law.
You went as far, because I read your email chain, as challenging Murray to say, look, here's the approval language. Here's past approval language from Wachovia. If I get this specific language on the approval letter that says, we will not pursue for a deficiency, we are releasing blah, 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 blah. You even said, if I had that on the approval, Murray, what would you respond?
I took it one step further because Murray, being the bankruptcy attorney, I thought maybe he felt there was some sort of conflict between the bankruptcy of a year and a half ago and today's short sale.
Sure.
I even have language on the approval letter that says this will in no way impact the bankruptcy. This is in no way saying that you're responsible for the debt that was relieved through the bankruptcy. It is spelled out as clear as day. It's one of the best, honestly, it's one of the best approval letters I've obtained with regard to the language and it not being ambiguous with regard to how they intend to treat the deficiency, which is waive it.
Congratulations, Murray.
So what happens? Well, Murray advises the client, and the client, who places a great deal of trust in Murray and his knowledge and him being an attorney for, I think he said 22 years on here. 22 years.
That's it?
Murray, just 22 years, but he's an attorney for 22 years. She took his advice.
That's unfortunate.
Murray saw no benefit to the short sale whatsoever. Does not see a credit benefit. Did not even think that this particular client, who is a teacher, who very well may be moving to a different school district and will have to be applying for a new job, didn't really give it any thought as to whether it may say on that application, have you ever been through foreclosure? Certainly didn't consider that. I don't know what sort of clearance she needs for her district, but I have heard of issues with regard to security clearance. Not that she needs security clearance, but other clearance.
Sure.
I know when you're a substitute teacher, you have to have certain clearance. I don't know this for certain, but it made the foreclosure. He didn't give any of this any consideration.
Let's say it like it is. I can't say that this is specific to this situation, but there are attorneys out there that absolutely advise against short sale and do all this stuff simply because they're trying to earn the amount of money that the homeowner paid them. I mean, the homeowner goes to an attorney for advice and they pay a retainer fee. And if they just say, the attorney goes, yep, I would do it, the homeowner a lot of times feels like, what value did I get from that? So I literally think a lot of the attorneys like to bring up all the, oh my gosh, problems that are out there simply so they feel like they're bringing value to the table, that they've earned their paycheck.
Well,
I'm going to call it like it is. I'm not
we've
saying
seen
Murray
it.
did that. I'm saying I've seen it happen in other situations, and that likely could be the
Well,
case.
no, Murray did it. I mean, the fact of the matter is,
There you go.
Murray has an ego. Murray,
Murray's got an ego the size of Scottsdale based on the email I saw.
Well, I sent something to him that contradicted what he was telling the client, because what he was telling the client was wrong. I sent an email specific to my area of expertise, which is negotiating with banks, understanding and having a working knowledge of tax matters and law, and applying that to the short sale and protecting our client.
Right.
And Murray actually had the audacity to say to me on a couple different times, well, all you care about is your commission.
All you care about is your retainer fee, Jack.
I mean,
Ron.
I'm not trying to, by no means do I want to toot my own horn, but this was a $1,300 commission I was about to make. There is no way in hell, excuse my language, but no way in hell I'm jeopardizing my license, my team, and my brokerage for a $1,300 commission.
Completely agree.
Yeah, no.
I
That's
mean, it's just not going to happen. So it's a shame. There are a lot of phenomenal attorneys out there, real estate attorneys, bankruptcy attorneys, what have you. There's great attorneys out there. But there is that group that just doesn't want to educate itself as to maybe some of the current events of today. Short sales are going on. I actually told Murray one more thing. Oh, wow, short sales are always bad. Murray, are you saying they're always bad? To which he replied, yes, they're always bad. Well, that's funny because, we're going to close 25 short sales this month. Attorneys are involved on a lot of those deals that have advised clients it's in their best interest to move forward with the short
That's
sale.
funny, Murray, because
Right.
I've actually settled people's HELOCs so they had no deficiency on it, whereas if they went to foreclosure, they would have had a deficiency.
So
Funny how every one of them's bad, Murray.
Well, all the short sales that do close in today's market. Are you trying to tell me
Murray's
that
old. He might die before this video's over.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Here's the deal, though, agents. There's some situations you can't avoid. These things are going to happen. But do your best on the front end to make sure your clients talk to their attorneys before you get in the middle of their short sale. I know Brian does that. That's a part of his process. This was just one of those people that snuck through and said they did all their diligence and then went to an attorney after he already had a contract on the property. But you got to do your best to eliminate those kind of problems on the front end so you don't have to deal with as many Murrays of the world.
I hear you.
All right, Murray, get your head out of the sand on 3. 1, 2, 3. Short sale power! Short sale power!